Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Congratulations to everyone that's made it to the Doctor Who World Tour stop so far. They've been to Cardiff and London. They're headed to Seoul, South Korea next. But some of you guys even got some selfies with Capaldi and Jenna Louise Coleman, so congratulations. I even got a shout out from the official Doctor Who people on one of my previous videos. They made a very special request, so I'll explain that at the end of this video because it's going to be a completely separate thing. The biggest news so far, I think, to come out of the World Tour is that Peter Capaldi has officially signed on for Series 9, so he'll be here for at least 2 series. I think it's possible to tell an interesting story in just one series. Christopher Eccleston did it, but now that Capaldi has 2 full years to develop his character, I think it's going to get a lot more interesting. This video is mostly going to be about the big things that Moffat has been saying and not saying about Series 8, but I will mention some Series 9 things that I hope to see. The biggest things, aside from Capaldi obviously signing on for a new series, were Moffat being really upfront about a certain big villain being dead and gone, and a new spin-off that they're trying to slip through the cracks in the universe. But in case any of you guys are just finding me for the first time, I do weekly Doctor Who videos. I'm even doing a weekly giveaway during Series 8. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. So important stuff first. If you have seen any of the screenings of episode 1 in Cardiff or London, or if you watched the leak, please use spoiler tags when commenting about it. There's a brand new title sequence, and yes, it is glorious. It's way different from Matt Smith's intro. Peter Capaldi's Doctor is the end to Matt Smith's fairy tale era, so anyone who quit the show during the Matt Smith era will probably enjoy Peter Capaldi's Doctor, at least until they find something new to complain about. Because he's coming back in 2015 for Series 9, expect the same themes to continue from series to series. It's still Moffat running the show, so using Matt Smith's run for a comparison, the tone of the show did not change too much between Series 5 and 7B. It was always a fairy tale relationship comedy. You just noticed it more whenever River Song was around. I know a lot of you guys are wondering if River Song is going to return during Series 8. She wasn't the big person that Moffat was talking about, not returning, but he has made some comments about her in the past. Previously, he's just said the name of the Doctor, during 7B, was her finale. As fans, we can have some fun in Theorycraft, but for all intents and purposes, do not expect to see her during Series 8. Whenever the episodes do start airing, I will mention anything that I consider to be a River Song Easter egg, but I don't think that she's going to be coming back anytime soon. What I'm really excited about is the more introspective approach of Series 8, Capaldi's Doctor into Darkness, as the trailer implies. It's going to be the MacGuffin from Series 8, and I'm expecting it to continue through to Series 9. There will be a lot of familiar things, but even if a lot of the characters and plots get shuffled, I'm expecting it to be a much more psychological approach to the character. It's all about the darkness inside the Doctor. We will have to wait till we see the episodes to see how they're going to deal with it, but I honestly think it's going to be the most interesting thing about the new series. Spoiler people, please remember to use tags if you've already read the scripts ahead. They actually did release a clip from episode 2. I didn't want to flat out post it without a spoiler warning, so careful if you don't want to know anything about episode 2. Just skip forward in the video about 30 seconds. I'll wait just a minute. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. The episode 2 clip was them messing with the broken Dalek. I haven't read the script, but the footage was from a promo cut with a generic Capaldi interview on BBC One. These promos don't usually run in the United States, so if you are a UK person, just let us know in the comments if they normally use footage from future episodes ahead of time during promos like these. The trailers that they circulate are usually less spoilery, but whatever. The journey into the Dalek is just a literal way to interpret that journey into darkness. Usually in the past, whenever the Doctor messes with Dalek innards, he's trying to access their data core to get information. Physically traveling inside a Dalek is a whole other thing. It's like taking a magic school bus ride to hell. The use of Daleks actually brings up an interesting point. I think the biggest complaint I've seen so far against Series 8 is the reuse of familiar villains and characters. For the most part, that's true. They are using a lot of familiar things. We've seen the Cybermen from the finale, the Daleks in the trailer, and the Paternoster Gang. It's even implied that the Clockwork Droids from Girl in the Fireplace are back. That was actually from Russell T Davies' run, but technically Stephen Moffat wrote that episode, so he's the one that created them. I don't mind the idea of seeing familiar characters as long as they're done in a very different way. The only time I think it takes you out of the episode is when it's something that you just saw in the previous episode. Like if there were Daleks everywhere in the Series 8 premiere, I'd be a little disappointed. But I do not mind a Dalek in episode 2 given that we're going to see it in a way that we've never seen it before. But you guys let me know, is there anything from Matt Smith's run that would make you very upset if you saw it again in Series 8? I know River Song is like the biggest polarizing figure ever in the history of the fandom. Just based on the previous comments I've seen on my videos, it seems like half of you guys really hated her and the other half really loved her. But if there's anything besides her that you feel really strongly about, just write it in the comments. The longer that Doctor Who continues as a series, the harder and harder it's going to get for them to do something that's never been done before. From the early reports I've been seeing from that first episode, people are saying that Capaldi is a very thoughtful, if not welcome, analog to the third and fourth Doctors, which totally makes sense. John Pertwee was his childhood Doctor. During that run, he even wrote his own fanfiction scripts and sent them into the Doctor Who office. He did it so much that it impressed Barry Letts, the producer at the time, who invited him to the BBC offices to meet the third Doctor and Terrance Dicks. Dicks was actually the script editor during those years, so he might have actually read those Capaldi fan scripts. I know nowadays there's always the joke that whenever you send fan scripts into certain TV shows, they just throw them in the trash, but I love the idea. It's so adorable that the BBC people actually read Capaldi's scripts. It would be so amazing if they organized an official cast reading of those fan scripts with all the actors role-playing the parts. They could even get Sean Pertwee from the Musketeers to play his father's role. I think it'd be a little too on the nose to have Capaldi play the third Doctor. I think he would have been somewhere between the ages of 13 and 16 whenever he wrote all those scripts. I don't know which year he actually visited the offices, but all you teenagers out there writing fanfiction on Tumblr, keep it up. If it's good, someone will notice. That brings up a really interesting issue, people inside a fandom becoming part of the canon later. A lot of times actors like Peter Dinklage on Game of Thrones stay completely away from the source material just so it won't influence their take on the character, but in Capaldi's case, I think it totally works. Doctor Who is meta science fiction. It totally makes sense that a 2,000-plus-year-old person would mix and match references and affectations from previous lives. But let me know if you guys agree. Do you think that a super fan of Doctor Who would make a better Doctor than someone who has never seen it before? The other big takeaway from the early episode 1 talk is the Paternoster spin-off. It's not official, the BBC hasn't officially said that they're developing one, but it feels like every time Moffat uses them in an episode, it's a backdoor spin-off. Supposedly he's really pushing for it in this first episode in Series 8. We've all seen the pictures from behind the scenes in episode 1, but I think I mentioned in an older video that the characters are supposed to be featured at the end of Series 8 too. I don't know how they're involved, but supposedly they showed up on a casting sheet from somewhere in the last few episodes. That makes sense if Moffat's trying to gain steam for another spin-off. Sarah Jane and Torchwood were the last big successful ones. I didn't watch Sarah Jane, but I was a huge fan of Torchwood. And to anyone hoping to see Captain Jack again, I think you're going to be disappointed. John Barrowman has said in a lot of interviews he never expects to see Captain Jack on screen again. He said he was never contacted at any time during Moffat's run to appear on any of the specials or in any of the episodes, just because in his mind, Captain Jack was Russell T Davies' baby and Moffat wants to do his own thing, even though you could argue that the Clockwork Droids are both Moffat's and Davies'. That's just John Barrowman talking on his own though. It's up to Moffat who comes back, but here's an interesting question. Would you watch a Paternoster spin-off? Think about it in terms of the way the characters are written. Doctor Who is a series that's marketed to children and millennials, so you do get mature themes done with a lot of humor and morality that you see in children's series. Torchwood, on the other hand, was designed for an older, more mature audience, so you get much more mature subject matter. The Paternoster characters, on the other hand, feel like they're written for a younger audience, as if a Paternoster series would be more for children. Just rewatch any scene with Strax in it. Madame Vostra and Jenny could go either way, but I feel like Strax is there for children. There was even a moment during Series 7 that the BBC produced some material with Strax going out to visit children in classrooms. I will go on record as saying I will watch anything produced under the Doctor Who umbrella, but Game of Thrones is my jam, so if we get a Paternoster spin-off, I'd like to see Madame Vostra disembowel someone with her teeth every once in a while. Either way, Paternoster Gang is definitely here to stay, spin-off or no spin-off. The big character that Moffat said was definitely gone for good was the Master. I know that's a huge bummer. Earlier this year, there was a lot of reports that the BBC was screen testing new actors for a new version of the Master. Right now, John Sim is still technically the Master, but his series Intruders is actually just getting going, so even if he wanted to return, he probably could not. Moffat's comment was really that he felt Russell T Davies did such a good job with the Master that he didn't feel like he had anything to add to it, so thus we have no Master in Series 8. I don't know anything about, who the actual big villain is of Series 8. Supposedly there's someone teased in that first episode that's a little familiar. I won't talk about them right now just because I haven't seen the episode yet. But if you have seen that first episode and you want to tell us what you think of it, just be sure to use spoiler tags if you get really specific. I know I haven't mentioned anything about Samuel Anderson yet. He's actually with them on the Doctor Who World Tour right now. Supposedly he's going to debut in the 3rd or 4th episode, but I think he's going to be a lot of fun just based on what people are saying. On to the giveaway. Congratulations to last week's winners, Waberston and Simply Maya Beautiful. You guys both win Amazon gift cards. I know I said the giveaway was for one person, but I'm so happy the BBC is giving me shoutouts that I'm doubling it. Sometimes if I'm super happy, I'll just double or triple giveaways totally randomly. I usually don't announce things like that. I just get really happy and say, I'll just give extra stuff away. And just to explain that BBC request I got, they saw my beginner's guide video and thought that it would be fun to do the same thing for Classic Who, so that's what my next video is going to be. Mostly it's just going to draw from the 3rd and 4th Doctor's runs, but it's going to be a giant list from all of Classic Who, so be sure to subscribe to get that. And if you haven't seen it yet, you can click here to watch my Series 8 beginner's guide, just if you're not familiar with Doctor Who, and click here to learn all about the new companions I'd like to see in Series 9. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tonight. High fives.